In this video, let's explore arrays and slices in Rust. Arrays in Rust are fixed size, meaning they hold a specific number of elements of the same type. Here we have an array of 3 integers. The type is i32 and the length is 3. You can access array elements by their index starting at 0. Slices let you reference a section of an array without taking ownership. They are dynamically sized. Here the slice references the first 2 elements of the array, but the original array stays intact. That's a quick look at arrays and slices in Rust. Stay tuned for more Rust tutorials. In this video, let's dive into functions in Rust. Functions in Rust are defined using the fn keyword, followed by the function name and parameters. To call a function, simply use its name followed by parentheses, passing any required arguments. Functions can also return values. To do this, specify the return type after the parameters. That's a quick overview of functions in Rust. Stay tuned for more Rust programming tips. In this video, let's clarify the difference between expressions and statements in Rust. A statement is an instruction that performs an action but does not return a value. Example, variable declarations are statements. An expression is a piece of code that evaluates to a value. For example, mathematical operations are expressions. You can combine statements and expressions. Here's an example where an expression is used within a statement. That's a quick look at expressions and statements in Rust. Stay tuned for more Rust programming insights. In this video, let's explore control flow in Rust using if and else statements. The if statement allows you to execute code based on a condition. You can use else to execute code when the condition is false. To check multiple conditions, use else if. That's a quick overview of control flow using if and else in Rust. Stay tuned for more Rust programming tips. In this video, let's explore pattern matching using the match statement in Rust. Match is a powerful control flow operator that allows you to compare a value against a series of patterns and execute code based on the matching pattern. Here's a simple example where we match an integer. You can also match ranges using the match statement. Another powerful feature is matching against enums. Let's define a simple enum and match its variance. That's a quick look at pattern matching with match in Rust. Stay tuned for more Rust programming tutorials. In this video, let's explore loops in Rust. The simplest way to create an infinite loop is by using the loop keyword. You can also create loops that run while a condition is true using while. For looping over a range or collections, use the for loop. You can also iterate through collections like arrays or vectors. That's a quick overview of loops in Rust. Stay tuned for more Rust programming insights. In this video, let's dive into ownership in Rust, a key concept that ensures memory safety. In Rust, every value has a single owner, which is the variable that holds it. When the owner goes out of scope, the value is dropped and memory is freed. When you assign a value to another variable, ownership is transferred. The original variable can no longer be used. You can borrow ownership temporarily using references. This allows you to use a value without taking ownership. You can have mutable references, but only one mutable reference is allowed at a time to prevent data races. That's a quick overview of ownership in Rust. Stay tuned for more Rust programming insights.